We pay for our anti-social behaviour service, which is your anti-social behaviour service. We've got a drug action team which helps to get people off drugs if they have the willpower to do that. It helps people to do that. We work with the police, we work with the Mayor of London, we work with the churches, we work with the mosques, we work with other people, and so the answer is that we can do stuff and we will do stuff, and we are finding money within the council to help pay for things that will make a difference. And we don't get everything right, and so we need to look again at whether our youth service is reaching the right people in the right ways. It needs to be more outreach, it needs to use people like the Harker who do some things better than the council do them. Well, I know there's a lot of good council youth workers here today who do good work as well, and who really want to be there where people need them in the community. So I want to express my condolences to the family, but also to tell you that I've been wandering around the Burdett Estate like every other estate in this borough for over 30 years now, and I'm a little old guy, and you may not notice me, but I understand, I think, the community, and I know lots of people, and the way it works as a mayor is it only works if you've got a team. So I've got Asma Begum, who's my deputy mayor. I've got people in the community corridor who I know does great work, outreach work. I've got Siraj, my other deputy mayor. I can see Shafi here from the Osmani Centre, who's going to speak in a minute. I work closely with the local police. But what I really want to do, I want to say, by the way, before I say anything else, that it will be a complete waste of time if this, it won't be a total waste of time. If we come here this evening and tell each other how bad this all is and how we want to sort it out, that is not totally pointless. But this needs to be part of a process which leads to a whole number of other things happening over the coming months and years. But Burdett Estate has always been fairly friendly. There's some fairly strident, independent-minded people on the Burdett Estate. Sometimes they say, well, you don't need to come to my estate, we know what we're doing. But I think what we need to do, following the events of the past week, we need to look again into our hearts and work out what we can do to keep each other safe. And it's about the community keeping each other safe. And someone said to me, does that mean we need to be vigilantes? Do we need to go around the street, beating up people if they're doing the wrong thing? And the answer is no. It means we keep each other safe. We need to be intolerant of things that aren't acceptable. We need to think about drugs in our community. So, some people say, well, what people do in private is their own affair, and we're not that bothered about that. And if they want to wreck themselves on a Friday night or every night of the week, that's fine. But of course, the drugs sit on top of a criminal industry. They sit on top of gang activity. We need to ask ourselves what we can do to keep our young men and our young women safe in that position. If you have, every kitchen is full of weapons that could be used to kill people, of course. And the sort of knives that are taken off young men after incidents are the knives that they get from their mother's kitchen drawers quite often. So we need to ask ourselves what our attitude is to drugs and to the behaviour of young people and to this fashion almost of carrying a knife in public. That's it doesn't. The evidence is it doesn't keep you safe. If you watch the movies, maybe it does keep you safe in the movies, but in real life it doesn't keep you safe. It loses lives. And it makes me weep to think of the waste, even of anybody in our community. So we need, in a way, you come to a meeting like this and you think, what can I say that will make any blind bit of difference? And I'm promising more thinking, more money towards projects that can help make a difference. I want to work with voluntary organisations of the type that's spoken here. I want to work with the young people on the estate. I want to work with the councillors. We have 2 of your 3 councillors here this evening, I think. We have Asma Islam, who's going to speak a bit later on. Is Purumia here? Hopefully he is. He's not here. Okay. And David, your 3rd councillor, is out of the country at the moment, but he was here at the weekend, and he's active in the community here. So we can do stuff at the town hall, but what I really want to do is to come to future meetings on the estate, involve my cabinet, involve the community groups, and talk about what we can do to change people's behaviour on the Burdett Estate and elsewhere, so that we respect each other, so that we value our young people, who are the most precious thing, and so that we never have to come here again for another meeting of this kind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor John Biggs, and thank you for promising to do more for the community and more for the youth. Now I will invite Brother Babu and Brother Naim to come forward from